Oh, hey everyone. I know you thought you caught me napping, but I'm laying here for a reason. I want to talk to you a little bit about how you're going to start your golf swing, or how you should start your golf swing. So when I'm laying here on the couch, I can't get out of this position just by using my arms. I have to engage my core, and I'm going to roll my core towards the direction I want to get out of bed here, or get out of this couch. So I'm going to get up like this. Now once I get into a sitting position, again, all the arms and firing my arms or lifting my arms, that's not the way you're starting your golf swing. I'm going to throw my core, or my center of my mass, forward over my feet and then stand up. So it's kind of funny how this all works in your golf swing. So let's go inside and talk about it. Okay, so we're inside the academy now, and I'm standing here on two legs. I've got a center of mass, and I'm going to try to balance myself over these 2 feet and 2 legs. And then the pressure here now is going to be going back and forth between my 2 hips. So that whole thing we were talking about on the couch, where you're getting out of the bed or out of a couch or standing up out of a chair, and using your core to start that motion, because you can't really use your arms. Well, when you use your arms in a golf swing, the same thing is it's a problem. You're not going to really get anything accomplished that you need to accomplish, and it's going to actually be detrimental to your swing. So what I want you to learn to do is be passive with your upper body and learn to start your golf swing with this little tiny shift. Now, we've done some studies, or I haven't, but some other fine instructors and fine scientists, and they've done some studies, and they found that the muscles that actually start the golf swing, they don't fire. It's not like you fire muscles to start a golf swing, they actually relax. So when you're standing here with your balance in the beginning, if you're 50-50, let's say, and you relax muscles in your trail hip, and for a right-handed golfer, for me, that's my right hip. So if I relax, what happens is then I start leaning. There's almost like a little tiny lean into the right leg. If I were to take a step forward, see, I can't take a step just by going out with my leg. I can't go anywhere. The only way I go anywhere is if I allow my center of my mass to move forward. So I do that by relaxing, and if I relax the muscles in the front, see, I'll fall forward. And if I relax the muscles behind me, if I relax this way, I could fall backwards. But if I want to go forwards, I'm going to relax and then take a step and catch myself. So that's just relaxing muscles. So to start a golf swing, you want to relax muscles, believe it or not, rather than get tight. So if you can relax, and this is why when you watch the tour pros, they look like they're swinging effortlessly, but it's because they know how to move their body in this effortless, efficient manner. And amateurs don't. They lift the club and they don't use their body correctly. So it's so important that you learn to start your swing with these concepts. So here's what I want you to do. And you can start rocking back and forth to get a feeling. There's nothing wrong with a little head movement as long as you're stabilizing your trail leg as you're going back and forth. And then you'll learn to stabilize the lead leg when you go through as well. But you want to be able to be stable on the inside of your feet. But that little rocking motion, and you can do this back and forth, and it'll start getting you the feeling of transferring your weight the way. And there's lots of videos out there right now talking about, really leaning into that lead side to hit the ground and create this jumper force from the ground. Some of those I would not listen to, but there is a lot of truth into using the ground. Don't get me wrong, I do want you to use the ground, but let's learn how to use the hips and the weight transfer correctly. So we're going to relax here in the trail hip. You're going to feel like the weight kind of falls down into the trail hip, and then you're going to start winding your arms and stretching your arms as you're going to the right, but you don't start with the arms and you don't start with the shoulders, okay? You're going to start with this little leaning motion. And see, just that little lean right there, see, that puts the club in motion. Did you see that? Just that, I'm not doing anything with my arms, they're just sitting there, and I just started like that. And of course, the inside moves the outside, so when the inside moves in a fraction, the outside moves more, okay? So you're looking at, just like if I move the inside of this a little bit, that side moved a lot, all right? So same thing here. If I move a little bit here, I've actually started the club away from the golf ball very efficiently, and like I said, with relaxed muscles rather than tense muscles of the biceps or triceps firing, and that's what a lot of amateurs do. They contract their muscles and then they fire, and it becomes out of sequence, causes bad geometry and poor angles in your golf swing. You get glancing blows, you don't get much power, and it just gets awful. So The great John Jake was a great teacher, taught for many years, 45 or 50 years if I remember, and they interviewed him and said, hey, what could you tell us about the golf swing, all your years of experience? He says, I can tell you two absolutes. Number one is, he says, if you start doing something wrong in your golf swing, it's going to cause more things to go wrong. He says, but the good news is you start doing something right in your golf swing, it's going to cause more things to go right. So for those of you who are starting your golf swing with your arms, let's change that, and let's start the golf swing with this very efficient motion, transferring your weight away from the golf ball by relaxing your trail hip, allowing the weight to go right. And then when you get to the top, we've got to learn to transition very similarly in that you've got to be relaxed in the upper body. You can't transition from the top down. You got to transition from this trail hip to the lead hip. And that's another video, but let's get the swing started by transferring into our trail hip with relaxation and efficiency rather than inefficient use of the arms, hands, and shoulders. If you like this, like and subscribe as always, and for more tips, come back and see us. Take care.